Hello, Champion Patriots. John Lemme here, the founder of Conservative Business Journal and the host of the CBJ Real News Podcast Show. And I'm excited tonight to share with you a great lesson. You know, many of you, and I believe this is probably one of the most viewed podcast episodes of my career. I believe many of you will share it. So I'm going to discuss something called leadership. You know, I wrote a book, and I want everyone to pay attention here. And I suggest all of you, as I teach all the time, note takers or history makers, grab a pen that writes, take some notes. You know, every day I personally do an hour to 2 hours of focused reading. Not on the phone, smartphone, running around. I'm talking grab a pen that writes, take notes, and get your mind activated. You know, I've been working out. I'm 56 years young. I'll be 57 this year. And I'm prescription free. I'm in great health, not by luck, not by fortune, by action, by commitment, by discipline and dedication, and by listening and learning and adjusting and improving. You know, whatever you do every day is going to show up. You know, today is just a result of yesterday's decisions, and today's decisions will absolutely determine tomorrow's results. And we've lost the art of reading. We've lost the art of learning. And as I was reading today from a book I wrote in 2005, I want to say it again. This book was published. The book's titled Champions Are Born, Losers Are Made, plus The Inner Secrets of Leadership. It's a very compact read. It's a very powerful read. I suggest if you do not own it, you can get a hold of this on our marketplace store at conservativemarketplace.com, conservativemarketplace.com, or as you guys know, any questions you have about any of our products or services, you can always call or text us at 561-847-3467, 561-847-3467, or you can email us at team at conservativebusinessjournal.com. And you'll see when you go to Conservative Marketplace, conservativemarketplace.com, that's our store, you will see there's a category books, and in there you'll see The Champions Are Born, Losers Are Made, plus The Inner Secrets of Leadership. And for today's special, we'll throw also the ebook in for you, which you guys can then read the book on your smartphone. And I love making special offers. We'll also throw in 3 of our Fate Stands in Fear Run red, white, and blue wristbands, which is a national bestseller. People have put these on, have not taken them off, and you know, so that's a great special for you guys. And I say that because I want to challenge you to learn. I believe we're in a leadership crisis in America right now, and I believe all of you can be leaders. Now, once again, this book today, I was studying and I was reading, and I just said to my wife Christy, I said, you know what, I'm going to do a show tonight just on leadership. Leadership is in you. Leadership is in you. Will you activate it? Leadership is in you. Will you activate it? I want you to write that down. Literally, leadership is in me. Right in the first person. Leadership is in me. Will I activate it? See, I'm going to challenge you as a coach. I've been coaching and consulting many people for 2.5 decades now. That's what capitalism strategist means. I strategize and I maximize people's potential, and they break records. I don't play games. I believe in record-breaking results. So as I was reading today in this book on page 33, I want to read a paragraph. It says, leadership is essential. Leadership is required in order for human beings to proceed in a direction, develop a plan, build something, organize resources, etc. Someone, which I believe is you, someone has to be the spark plug or administrative point for large or significant ventures. See, inside the word adventure is venture. Interesting, right? See, I believe, how many of you have an adventurous spirit? How many of you would say, you know, I'm someone of an adventurer. I would step out in faith. Right now, we are in a leadership drought. You know, this whole society has created sheep. People wear a mask, they follow, they do this, and they're being led by false prophets, people that are prophesizing to be leadership, yet they're manipulators, they're communists. So when we look at this, and it says, it's powerful. I remember this is written 2005, not this month, not last month, not last year, not during the 2020 election, not during 2016. It's 2005. See, and I say this very humbly as someone who's going to be 57 this year. I've been teaching for 20 plus years. I've traveled the entire world, my wife and I say that to impress upon you, not to impress you, that I'm not some ghostwriter. I'm not some wannabe. I'm not some guy that just came on the scene. And many of you are being taken advantage of and lied to and manipulated by people. Those are guys that don't like me because I expose the truth, because I care about you. I believe you can be the spark plug. I believe you can be the leader. No, this is written 2005. Someone has to be the spark plug or administrative point for large or significant ventures. Leadership also has many counterfeits. Page 33, paragraph 2, sentence 4. Leadership also has many counterfeits. Today, many people confuse fame or celebrity with leadership. There's a lot of celebrity status in this COVID world, this influencer, this speaker world. They idolize people. They like, oh, do some research. Go back a little bit. Check their associations. Have enough confidence to unpack and peel back the onion, as they say. Many counterfeits. It's very difficult to look at currency and identify the difference of counterfeit versus real, because the criminals make it so exact. They want to fake you. And because we live in a world of distraction and delusion, they will dilute. Where delusion is based in dilution. When something's diluted, it destroys its effectiveness and it confuses people. It's diluted. It's delusional. See, as an author, and I've written 20 plus books, and I read every day, and I study the languages, and I study words. I believe this message will speak to somebody. Today, many people confuse fame or celebrity with leadership. As a result, many people are called leaders. But the quality of leadership cannot be known until a crisis appears. Just because they make a fake website and they do these fake events and they have people idolize them, you're not a leader until a crisis hits. See, we lost it all. We're banned on YouTube for life. We can't. We're banned on Eventbrite. We're banned on LinkedIn. Shadow banned everywhere else. Can't run a Google ad ever again on my conservativebusinessjournal.com website, one of the most visited websites out there in the real news media world. Why? They're afraid. So in a crisis, what do? Cower down, back down, become a coward. Inside the word coward is cower. When you cower, you're a coward. So we've created and built a force to be reckoned with. As you know, our podcast is ranked in the top 1% of all podcasts. I choose my guests. All my guests are handpicked. Today we got 6 people emailed us today to be on our podcast. I have some great guests coming up in the next week. In 2 weeks. This isn't a game to me. I believe there's leaders out there. Champions are born, losers are made. Every one of you are born a champion. God birthed you with a reason inside of you. This isn't a game. Everyone is born with unlimited potential. The impossible is possible because God chose you. And I see people clinging onto false, counterfeit leadership. As a result, many are called leaders, but the quality of leadership cannot be known until the crisis appears. Crises reveal legitimate leaders and disqualify and often humiliate false leaders. Hurricane Katrina is a prime example of that. Look when I wrote this book. But here's my true purpose for writing this book on leadership. Many are leaders and do not know it. Hello. These men and women have never heard a call that speaks to something buried deep in your heart. I believe this book could be that call to you. So I invite you to read this with an open heart and an eager mind. Eager mind. Wow. Eager means you lean into it. You're searching, you're focused, you're eager. An eager mind, M-I-N-D, the most powerful asset you have is your M-I-N-D mind. Your mind is given by God with all our potential faith. Let your inner champion respond to the inner secrets of leadership. Respond. See, you're a leader. No matter where you are, let's say whatever your first name is. My name is John. There's many Johns in this world. We could be walking around the airport in Europe. We traveled to Europe so many times. We won't be going back to Europe anytime soon. We were in Malta. I was a keynote leadership speaker and speaker on sales and marketing principles my wife and I were in Malta, I think 9 times, all over Europe, all over Australia, speaking on business principles, capitalism principles, conservative values, leadership principles, champion principles, teaching from my books. I'm not a ghostwriter. Every single book I wrote, my wife and I wrote together. Be careful of ghostwriters. Ghost is a spook. They're fake. You can go on eBay and buy books, put a cover on it, become an author, become an influencer, sell books, become a leader. Fake leaders. Fake leaders. Be careful, people. Someone needs to hear this. Intimidation is not leadership. Can I say it again? Did I just say that, Lemme? I did. Intimidation is not leadership. When people try to intimidate people, speaking loud, cursing, swearing, trying to command somewhere, they're fake leadership. They're actually cowards. Because they intimidate, because most people have a level of self-belief and self-confidence, which is, you have to develop that. That's why my company is Lemme Development Group, Inc. That's a parent company for many, many years. And it's based upon a mindset of development, where you're developing your mind. Yeah, it sounds like a real estate company. Your mind is the most valuable asset. Obviously, we know America's in the greatest real estate boom ever, the lowest amount of inventory and real estate experience ever. And once again, many of you know my wife is a realtor. Any questions in and around the state of Florida, let us know, inquire, call or text us, email us, and connect you with my wife, Christy. And you'll love the free report we wrote, Why You, 7 Benefits of Hiring Christy Lemme as your personal realtor. It's a phenomenal report. Interested in getting that report, you can call or text 561-847-3467, 561-847-3467, or you can email team, T-E-A-M, team at, I almost said leadership, team at conservativebusinessjournal.com. It's a great report about the benefits for you when you choose to hire my wife to be your realtor. So leadership, wow. My name is John, so I could be in the airport in Malta, flying Air Malta. I could be in the UK, flying United Airways. I could be in Australia, flying Air Australia, and someone walks by and goes, John, I turn around. My inner ear, now it's going to get real deep. There's 2 ears you have. You have an inner ear and an outer. An outer ear is when someone calls your name, John, Christy. They call your name and you respond. It's powerful words. You respond, you turn. And then there's an inner ear that when you're reading a book like this and you're quiet with a pen in hand and you're learning and you hear yourself speak to yourself, you're actually affirming, developing your mind, and you can't think negative, believe negative, have a pity party negative when you have a pen in hand and you're reading. That's why I said earlier, the lost art of reading and learning. We are in a war with news and confidence and faith. And what happens when you have false leadership and you have people that have low self-belief and low self-confidence, that's why people stay in these emotional abusive relationships, sexually abusive relationships. They manipulate people and they don't move on in life because they're just afraid, well, at least I'm with someone or something. What if I move on and they stay stuck? That's all belief issues. That's all faith. That's all confidence. It's all stepping out in faith. It's serious. I haven't been in this game just, for a year, a year or two. And I see a lot of people that don't like me because I see right through them. I see false leadership from I wrote a book 17 years ago on leadership. You know how many times I've read this book? I've 500, maybe 1,000 times. I read the whole book today. And I got to this section and I said, I have to do a show on this. God is searching for leaders. Those that will say, you know what? I know God's called me for better, for stronger. Not the fake Christians. I'm talking the 1% Gideon, the Davids, the ones that will step their way through the nonsense and step out in faith and not wait forever to act. Consider this. Leadership. First, consider that leadership is comprised of 2 words. Leader and ship. Remember, as you get to know me, I'm a wordsmith. As you get to know me, I was also a clinically diagnosed stutterer. I couldn't say my name for 24 years. For literally 17 years, 14 years of my life, I went to speech class, and I wasn't able to speak fluently until about the age 28. So I studied words. I went to New York School for the Deaf, and I studied the alphabet and sounds. I had braces for 7 years in my mouth to separate my teeth. Like if I breathed better, I would speak fluent. It was all fear. And I wasn't a fear of public speaking or getting nervous. I had a speech impediment. I went to speech class. I failed my oral report in high school. You read all about that in my books. Get reading, guys. Get learning. Come on, get learning. You want to earn more? Learn more. Inside the word learn is earn. Inside the word dream is ear. Inside the word earn is ear. Inside the word learn is ear. What you put in your ears will build your faith. What builds your faith is how you act, how you envision, how you create a spirit of excellence, the words you use, how people remember you comes to business and marketing and work, and you work hard, you have a seamless experience. I see people use the word no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem, no worries, no worries. They're just feeding negative words. Instead of saying no problem, say absolutely my pleasure. Of course, it'd be my honor to serve you. Speak words that stop people in their footsteps. Those are words of confidence. Leaders speak words of confidence. This isn't a game. I see a lot of people ripping people off. I see liars out there on stage, and I see right through them. I see right through them. I pull back the curtain, and I see right through them. The manipulation. Those are the ones that don't like the Lemme. I wonder why. Let me tell you something, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm just warming up. As I look over my grandfather, my papa, every day, I get the goosebumps from heaven right now, the faith bumps. This isn't a game to me. This isn't a game. It's not a game. This is not a game. You could be the one. Here we go. A leader is the position at the front of the crowd, the team, the project, the vision. Literally, according to Webster's 1828 dictionary, one who goes first. Leaders make deliberate decisions to break away from the crowd. I want to say it again. And those of you that have the book, underline that. Deliberate. When you make a deliberate decision, it's a focused decision. It's deliberate. It's known. It's seen. It has a result. Deliberate decisions to break away from the crowd. Someone needs to hear that. You know right now there's something in your life you have to do. There's people you have to break away from because they're breaking you down. There's people you have to break away from to get that vision, to start that business, to start a new family, to launch that career, to move on, get away, stop debating. Someone needs to hear that. This is you've been praying for something. This is your answer to prayer. You know, prayer is answered through wisdom. Solomon, as known as the wealthiest man in the Bible, he didn't pray for a lottery ticket. He prayed for wisdom. Same as when we got banned and censored and shut down in 72 hours. They shut our business down and they wanted us to cower and shut down, but they forget I've been reading and writing for 20 years. All I did is activate the leadership and faith. And that's when God gave me the vision of conservativemarketplace.com. The word conservative, the word marketplace together, conservativemarketplace.com. I mean, it's let me put up on the screen there real quick here. I mean, it's awesome. And I get fired up about that because I remember the day God gave me those conservative marketplace. That is a multi-billion-dollar idea. Right now, we have 150 plus products. And I suggest tonight to get a hold of the Champions Are Born, Losers Are Made book. Remember, tonight, as a special, tonight, whenever you listen to this, you guys will get the physical book mailed out to you, autographed by me. You'll get the ebook mailed to you so you can read it on the phone. I suggest to read it on the phone, but I suggest when you get the paperback, I challenge you. I'm not a reader. You better be a reader. Because if you don't read, you can't learn. We'll mail you the physical book. Plus, we're going to throw in 3 of our faith stands and fear runs, red, white, and blue wristbands that everybody loves. Just as a bonus because we appreciate you and I want you to learn. So visit conservativemarketplace.com, category books. You'll see Champions Are Born, Losers Are Made book. I pick up 5, 10, 15, 20 of them. Give them out to people. Make an investment. Conservativemarketplace.com. And I remember when that came to me, and I said to my wife, Christy, I said, we're going to build this big. We've rolled out Conservative Marketplace TV now. Huh. See, but if you don't if you don't make deliberate decisions to learn, to break away from the old you, to break away from a routine and a rut, a rut is just a grave with the ends kicked out. You're going back and forth doing the same thing. There's no growth. There's no learning. There's no expanding. There's no spirit of excellence. You got to make deliberate decisions to break away from the crowd. Now, to continue, a ship is a transportation vehicle, a large watercraft. So I think that it's fair to say that leaders have the right to captain the ship so as to transport life's dreams, noble plans, magnificent goals, other people, and themselves from point A to point B. As I've been saying right now, I've been on 62 interviews in the last 6 weeks about capitalism in my other book, Making Capitalism Great Again, How to Maximize America's Booming Economy, plus the ABCs of Socialism versus Capitalism. And I talk about big problem, big opportunity. There's no question there's a big problem right now in America, which means it's a big opportunity. Inside every storm, inside all that rain that comes down, especially in the tropics, grows palm trees. Palm trees are not scared of hurricanes. They've grown slowly and steadily through storms. The palm trees lean into the storm and grow from the roots up. See, fake palm trees you buy at Home Depot or Lowe's, they blow over. You see, palm trees are built through a storm. Big problem, big roots being built, big leadership potential, big opportunity. And I believe you could be the one. I mean, leadership. That's what we need. You don't need a new social media platform. You need to become the leader God birthed you to be. And some of you listening is, you know what, Lemme? But you got to be around the right people. And those of you, I do one-on-one mentorship. I sign non-disclosures. I mentor many people right now. I don't announce their names or share who they are. Many of you see in my books and you hear the stories. Anyone interested in now, remember, I'm a challenging mentor. I don't play games. I want you to break a record. I want you to have the greatest results in your life ever, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. This isn't a game. 17 years ago, I wrote the book on leadership. What's going on in America right now? There's a leadership problem. So go to someone who has a track record on leadership. Those who board the leadership have a right to expect they will go somewhere. Expectation. The attitude of expectation is the breeding ground of miracles. When you expect by faith, when a farmer sows a seed, an apple farmer sows an apple seed. He expects through the rains and the wind and the storms that seed to take root and grow and become an apple orchard. Then he starts to market the apples and offers apple picking, and people come and pick apples. We used to do that in New York. We'd go all the crazy Italians. We'd go on my dad's station wagon, go to upstate New York and pick apples. My mom would make apple strudel, apple sauce. That's why I love apples today. Apple pie, apple crumb pie, apple everything. But you can't produce an apple in one season. It's a seed. There's a seed, there's a husk, there's a soil, there's a storm, it breaks and it grows. Game on. We're in a season sowing time right now. Those who board the leadership have a right to expect they will go somewhere. You can't go in circles. You gotta go somewhere. Yes, there may be storms en route. There may even be hurricanes. But if you stay with the ship, you will achieve your destination. You will achieve your why in life. I believe there is a secret of leadership for each letter of the word. So I've organized this book into chapters for each letter. I trust this will help you to remember the inner secrets of leadership. Now, as someone who went to speech class, who went to New York School for the Deaf, I went to special, even as I reaffirm that speaking, you hear me start to stammer. I went to extra reading classes after school. I didn't do sports. People go, Lemme, you're in great shape at 56, about to be 57. I played hockey and I played lacrosse, but I played no organized school in school because I had to go to speech class. But that was a season for me to share a story right now, because right now there's so much fear and I learn every day. And literally today I was reading this. I even told my wife, and I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a class about leadership. I'm going to do more shows like this, you guys. Obviously, I comment politically and everything going on and what we do in the Conservative Business Journal, but I want you to, as I look at my desk here and all these books, there's so much wisdom. Don't waste your mind. Oh, don't waste your mind and don't waste your time being around people going nowhere. Step out in faith. So as I studied the alphabet, someone who would look down at the alphabet and do sounds and shh, I would breathe. It was breathing because I was stammering and stuttering. It was just soft letters, S, Steve, and, S is a soft letter. And John is a hard letter, John Lemme. Versus Steve is a soft letter, and there's different breathing and there's different positions in your mouth and the way your tongue goes up and down to actually transport that word out of your mouth. You know how powerful it is that your mind, you open your mouth up and you're able to communicate a word. That's why every word I speak is a power word. That's why it gets on my nerves. I can't stand lack of integrity. I can't stand liars. I could see through a liar because I was quiet. And the word listen rearranges the same letters as silent. So I have a very distinct accent. People all around the world have accents, and all around America, different states, because you're listening to people around you. And then when you open up your mouth, you're just sounding like those around you. So I was very quiet. Yes, I'm a speaker, and I've spoken on platforms and stages all around the country. I've done a zillion interviews, just 60 last 6 weeks. So yeah, I speak a lot in front of the camera on shows or events and so forth. But hours upon hours of my life, I've been quiet, and I have a pen in hand, and I learn, and I activate my mind. So I challenge all of you, and I obviously leadership. I break it down, and the first inner secret is captured by learn and listen. I wanted to keep this 30 minutes. I really want you to get this. The first inner secret is captured by learn and listen. L of leadership. Always remember that the more you learn, the more you earn. People are chasing money. Stop chasing money. Let money come to you. Earn income, build a business, study my capitalism books, study my customer service books, have a vision, create customer appreciations. Boy, I can't stand salespeople. I love marketing. Marketing is transporting a product to someone that can benefit from the service you offer, and you add value to their lives. Fair market value. Capitalism is tremendous. Capitalism is another word to try to manipulate you. Leaders try to capitalism. You're just a dope. Capitalism is the most powerful part of American economy. Everybody wins with effective, efficient, and ethical and legitimate legal capitalism. When this product is produced, like these books are self-published here in America, we ship them. And believe me, the investment you make for the book, how much will it be worth to you, the return? I mean, I can't read obviously this whole chapter 2 here on page 36. This is huge. The real foundational issue is learning, not earning. Right? People are struggling financially. Great. How much you learn today? How much did you read? I can't have no time to read. I'm working hard. How's it working for you? If you have no time and no money, there's a belief issue. There's an action issue. There's an earning issue. There's an accountability issue. The more you learn, the more confident you are to change. You change because leaders change. Leaders adapt. Leaders improve. Over the years, I've learned that when people focus on getting the money, they're always broke. I've never seen in my life the amount of people taking donations for these corporations and companies. It boggles my mind. Some of you have to realize there is a scammy smell. It's like, I smell something. It just doesn't smell right. Everybody's donating this, donating here, foundation here, foundation. You got people that are corporations taking money like the ministries. They're not. Smell this. See, but the more you smell something and how confident you are, God's going to trust you. That's what you have to read. The Bible says that when you set your eyes on money, it is gone. For wealth certainly makes itself wings like an eagle. Proverbs 23:5. People set their eyes on money are usually driven, exhausted, stressed out, and going nowhere. Leadership. Leaders are perpetual students. We are always in the classroom of life, and I want to conclude on that. I'm in the classroom of life every day. We are always in the classroom of life. A major part of that means the lost art of listening. We live in a world, people are so fast, they're texting, they're on their smartphones, and they're all over the place, and they don't sit and listen. Page 36 and 37, right here. Champions are Born, Losers Are Made book. This book will transform and change your life. So I challenge all of you. I've read this book today, and remember, this is published in 2005. And this book is dedicated to all the champions that overcame their adversities and refused to give up on the ultimate achievement of their why in life. It's dedicated. And I believe right now we're in a leadership drought in America. There are people right now who I know you are a leader. Activate that leadership. Activate it. I challenge all of you, if you don't have this book in your hand and study it, visit conservativemarketplace.com. Grab a hold of the book. Once again, a special for you because you're listening to this and you're taking action. I appreciate that. We're going to throw in, obviously, I'll mail you the autograph book to you, the paperback book, and then we'll also email you the ebook version, and then we'll send you 3 of our face stands and fear runs, red, white, and blue wristbands, because it takes faith to be a leader. It takes faith to be a leader and step out. And I appreciate you guys also shopping around at the Conservative Marketplace. I obviously have my John Lemme's We the People Fight Back event shirt on that has American Patriot in the back. And all of you know we got a great special running for all of our shirts. Any shirt you invest in, we will send to you 5 of our Faith Stands and Fear Run wristbands. And that was a Conservative Marketplace TV show that we just did the other day. And I'll be doing many more going forward. So when you go to conservativemarketplace.com, take a look at the shirt category and shop around. And we appreciate that. But I have to tell you right now, to recap this, you're a leader. There is leadership potential in you. You're a special person. However you're watching this, someone shared this with you. Step out in faith. Don't go in circles. Stop. Praying is great. Prayer is phenomenal. But act. This most likely for those of you, this could be the answer to your prayers. Now, a leader, there's a transformation in the world right now, and I believe that it's a leadership problem. Big problem, big opportunity. It's a big opportunity for leadership. Champions are Born, Losers Are Made. This book was written in 2005, 17 years ago. Boy, I see right through the false prophets. I see right through the counterfeits. Remember how we began this? Counterfeit leadership. There is an enormous amount of counterfeit leadership. With that said, guys, whatever we can do for you, we're only a call or text away or email away. You can always call or text us at 561-847-3484. 3467 or email team, T-E-A-M, team at conservativebusinessjournal.com. Make sure you do have our Conservative Business Journal podcast app on your smartphone. You can do that by two ways: visiting Google Play Store, Apple Store, search out. Our podcast is under the name Conservative Business Journal. It's free. Subscribe, listen to all the episodes. Also, you can visit our main website, conservativebusinessjournal.com, and then click on podcasts, and you'll see Get the App Now. It's very simple on the smartphone on the website, and just you'll see all the podcast platforms, and subscribe. And make sure you're receiving our daily emails on the Conservative Business Journal by visiting conservativebusinessjournal.com, and you'll see where it says Get More Real News Now and submit your best email. And guys, leadership. I'm enjoying teaching, and I'm going to be doing more of these episodes. I want to make them 30-minute episodes, teaching from some of the books, and I only taught from 3 pages of this book. Counterfeit Leadership. Wow. Determined Leadership, Discipline. God bless you guys. I'm telling you, it's a great gift to talk about kids and college kids. This is because I get so fired up. It is talk about habits. Talk about scheduling. Talk about rebuilding your life. Talk about extremely committed, extreme leadership. All right, guys. With that said, I appreciate you guys. I look forward to shipping out many books around the country. I look forward to many of you activating your leadership and being the leader that I know you are. Good night. God bless you. And thank you so very much. And we will see you and talk to you soon. Make sure you once again follow us too on all the platforms: Rumble, Cloud Hub, and Telegram at CBJ Real News. And those of you watching the videos, you can see throughout the entire video, you see on we call it the ticker on the bottom, the ticker banner. Make sure you review that, read that. It lays everything out. Telegram, Rumble, Cloud Hub, our podcast. Also, obviously, my man Mike Lindell, promo code. Obviously, you see Mike's promo code everywhere. We appreciate it. When you do go to MyPillow, which most of you will, just please remember to use promo code CBJ. We appreciate that. Mike appreciates that. His employees appreciate that, and all that good stuff. Wow. I'm doing good. It's only 33 minutes. I said 30 minutes. Leadership. I've read this book for an hour today. I read more today than most people read in their entire life in the last year, with a pen in my hand, and I learned. I'm telling you, you're a great person. Relentless, full throttle, passionate determination to get out of the ruts and to make a difference. I might do a whole series on my podcast show for leadership. Guys, good night. God bless you. You're awesome. I can go on and on, but 30 minutes and 33 minutes. Good night. God bless you. Good day. Good afternoon. We love you. It's game on. See ya.